All right. What's going on, everybody? Pee pee poo poo bum bum and whatnot. Oh. Let's see. Why don't we watch some Prophet Muhammad shit first?
There is often confusion surrounding why certain Muslims choose to join violent groups such as Hamas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, despite the fact that they claim to follow a peaceful religion like Islam. It is important to address this misconception by examining the teachings of Prophet Muhammad towards non-Muslims, especially the Jews, in Medina. By doing so, we can shed light on the violent teachings within Islam and encourage people to reject them. Ibn Sunayna,
Gig,
a
what's
Jewish
up?
merchant residing in
Aaron,
Medina,
what's up?
was highly regarded by the locals due to his amiable nature.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
Good morning to you too. Can we buy some breads?
Hello, silly.
Hello, non-wib. How's it going? Thanks for the donation. Oh my god, this cat. Beemo. 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 What are you doing there, kitty? Yeah, so I had my psychiatrist appointment today. She wasn't able to make a certain diagnosis. She said she wanted a few more appointments, but she's leaning towards me having bipolar disorder, and she says I might also have antisocial personality disorder. So, sociopathy and narcissism particularly. I was kind of surprised that she'd say narcissism. Yeah, get it, slave, donate $2, react to this cope. Let me see.
Right now, my squats, I think I'm doing like 20 and 30. So about 405 and 500, I'm going up as high as 20, 25, 30 reps.
What? He's doing sets of 30 with 500 pounds when there's videos of him not even being able to squat 135.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing there exactly, because legs are really a bitch as you get older. They don't respond anymore. That's why I found I got to do more repetitions for him. I really got to overwork him.
That's cool.
Dude, this guy is fucking insane. Oh my god. Why does he think anybody would believe that? Thanks for the donation, get it, slave.
Sure, I have plenty of them.
Ibn Sunayna had established a harmonious relationship with the Arab community. Regrettably, this amicable situation is on the verge of undergoing a swift transformation. Prophet Muhammad harbored animosity towards the Jews due to their refusal to acknowledge his prophethood and their audacity to openly deny his legitimacy as a true prophet. This resentment was evident when he urged his followers during a Friday prayer to fulfill his.
Holy shit, I should have made a bet you had narcissism, I called it. Also, what's up, dude?
I don't think I'm a narcissist, but thanks for the donation. Forgot my namification. Yeah, not much is up. I'm just super fucking tired. I'm still dealing with pretty bad exhaustion, and I didn't get enough sleep last night either, so. But whatever. I do have a pizza. Thanks for the donation though, man.
Besides hockey and swimming, did you ever play any other organized sports as a kid? Like, did you ever play Little League Baseball or basketball or something?
Yeah, I played T-ball. It's basically baseball without a pitcher. What else did I do? I guess I did roller hockey. It's technically separate from hockey. But that's it. Thanks for the donation though, appreciate it.
Malevolent intentions.
Whoever of the Jews falls into your hands, kill him.
This order came after the successful murder of a Jew named Ka'b ibn al-Ashraf ordered by Prophet Muhammad, after which he gained enormous self-confidence because the Jews didn't retaliate. The failure to.
New vegan here. What is the best vegan protein I buy? Hemp. It is good?
The two best vegan protein supplements are going to be either pea or soy based. Other sources of protein like hemp, rice protein, crap like that. It's going to have less protein per gram. So you're not getting quite as much like per scoop. And the amino acid composition isn't quite as good. They're going to be low in branched chain amino acids. So soy and pea are the two best. So long as your protein intake is adequate, it doesn't really make a big difference, it seems, if any difference. But soy and pea-based protein supplements are going to be the best ones. So that, and like there's no particular brands that are going to be better than any other brand. As long as they're pea or soy based, they're going to be all the same. Just make a choice based on what like flavor you like best, what mixes best with like whatever smoothies or something you have. Thanks for the donation though, LP.
Sug VG, have you reacted to the Israeli travel video last night? I missed it. Also, can we react to this debate later or next stream? Apostate Prophet the Base with Daniel about Israel/Palestine.
Oh, damn. That might be fucking good. We're probably not going to be able to get through it tonight, but tomorrow we'll probably react to that. Thanks for the donation, Grey Knight. And no, I didn't react to the Israel travel video. We can react to that tonight. Thanks for the donation, Grey Knight.
To retaliate apparently became an encouragement for more violence. Let's read the history of Tabari, Volume 7, page 97, on how the Muslims felt about the killing and the reaction of the Jews.
Did you see Adam Johnson's death? Who is Adam Johnson? Oh. So, NHL player.
Now a terrible tragedy at a hockey game. A 29-year-old man is dead after he was slashed in the neck by another player's skate. It's being called a freak accident, but that death may have been prevented by one simple, inexpensive piece of gear, a neck guard. Les Trent has details, and we warn,
They're probably going to make these mandatory, because this has happened like 3 or 4 times now, where people have gotten slashed in the neck with a skate. Let's see, Tom donated $2. How come you never responded to my DM? You're so annoying as fuck. I just didn't see it. Sorry. Thanks for the donation, Tom.
They're graphic.
It looks like a routine hockey collision on the ice, but look again. You can see the skate of the player in red fly up and hit the other player in the neck.
We knew it was not good.
Carrie Johnson was home in Minnesota watching a live stream of her nephew, former NHL player Adam Johnson, taking part in a professional game in England. That's when she saw, to her horror, her stricken nephew, blood streaming, being taken off the ice. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
In all of my 50-some years of playing and watching hockey, I have
Dude, that is crazy how much blood he lost immediately.
never
That had to have severed his carotid.
seen something like that. This is just my opinion.
Yeah, that is insane.
I do believe the kick was deliberate.
Police are investigating the tragedy, calling it standard practice with all unexpected and sudden deaths. How sharp can hockey blades get? Sports store manager Michael Osinga showed me.
All these scars on my hand are from sharpening steel.
Now, after the shocking news of the death of a pro player, the NHL is in discussions about whether or not neck guards like this or the one built into this shirt should be required for all players.
It's going to save your life if a skate hits your neck.
Neck guards make you super fucking warm. That's the only problem.
These are actually infused with Kevlar, stuff that stops bullets and knives.
West Point hockey player Eric Huss survived a similar injury to his neck earlier this year.
That combination of how sharp they are and how fast the game is moving.
Yeah, that is nutty. I remember that happened to a goalie a few years ago, too.
Collision on the ice, but look again. You can see the skate of the player in the neck.
We knew it.
Minnesota, watching her NHL part in England. Horror, her stricken nephew, blood streaming.
That is just gushing out.
Being taken off the ice.
Holy shit. Any explanation for the slow progress in synthetic fabric durability? Like what type of synthetic fabric? Like Kevlar is pretty damn durable.
The next morning, the Jews were in a state of fear on account of our attack upon the enemy of God, which is Ka'b bin al-Ashraf, and there was not a Jew there but feared for his life. This explains that the Muslims were very proud with their violent actions that caused all Jews in Medina to feel very scared. But this extreme state...
Streaming 2 days in a row? Are you okay, Blackie?
I'm somewhat okay, yes. Thanks for the donation, Puya.
Go box my cousin, don't be a pussy. Any proof that the IDF isn't doing indiscriminate bombing? Here's a vid of an old man brapping. This is going to be you when the crazy takes hold.
Let me see.
So there really comes a time where it's just...
Ugh. Well, this kid is a fucktard.
Best to know how to use the block button on YouTube, like, for real. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, basically, some of y'all saw the comment, but Vegan Games' boyfriend, Avi, came to my page talking about...
Yeah, so Avi just challenged him to a debate, and then he just blocked Avi. So this guy's a fucking coward, and he knows he's wrong. This guy is just a fucking anti-Semite.
About let's debate. Now,
like, look, if you believe the IDF is committing, like, indiscriminate bombing and they have genocidal intentions, and then somebody challenges you to a debate on the topic, and rather than just declining for some sort of pragmatic reason, like saying, you know what, I don't know enough about this to confidently debate the topic or something, and you just block them?
So the psychologist was able to surmise your condition during the first visit? Have they disregarded the possibility of schizophrenia? I suppose it will take a ton of visits in order to diagnose a...
So she's leaning towards me being bipolar, and she said I might also have antisocial personality disorder, namely sociopathy and narcissism. I don't agree with the narcissism diagnosis. She said like she can't make a, you know, definite determination with just the first visit, and she hasn't ruled out schizophrenia. Especially with my family history of schizophrenia. So I'm going to have some more appointments in the future. But thanks for the donation, Chad. So yeah, when you just block somebody like this and like just flat out refuse to debate for no fucking reason, like it's pretty clear that you just fucking hate Jews. I don't see any fucking other reason for why he'd behave like this. He hates Jews, and he wants to use the excuse that, oh, well, you know, Israel is fucking indiscriminately bombing, they're genocidal. Like, this is clearly, you know, extremely motivated reasoning.
First of all, what's there to debate when I said I'm not fully informed on the topic? And second of all,
he did not say he's not fully informed in the topic. He said he doesn't know what he's talking about. People don't do enough research. He was fucking claiming that he has some sort of expertise that everybody else doesn't. So that's a lie.
what's there to debate when we're talking about children being massacred? Okay, I stand.
What's there to debate about children being massacred? Okay, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but I have expertise that you don't. What's there to debate when this is obviously a fact? Like, does this make any fucking sense?
Hey bro, hope you're doing okay. Thanks for the stream.
I'm doing somewhat okay, Kenny. I do have some pizza, so nothing can be going too bad if you have pizza. Thanks for the donation, though, Kenny.
And with the side that whoever's massacring thousands of children is fucking wrong, and there is no debating that, you know. So something on the other hand that I also...
Okay, this guy is like literally fucktarded, and he doesn't understand why civilians are, you know, in the way of these bombings.
found out is that Avi is Jewish, so more than likely that lets you know what's going on. He's a hateful Jew who is...
Okay, so wait, Avi's Jewish, therefore he has a bias. Okay, so you being a non-Jew, that means you don't have a bias? How the fuck does that work?
Mad and spewing false information on the...
You're claiming he's spewing false information, but you just admitted that you don't have enough expertise on the topic to actually confidently debate the issue. Like, again, this kid has like fucking mental problems.
Violence that Israel is committing onto Palestine. So it all adds up to why his boyfriend Vegan Game...
I knew this kid was like a fucking idiot when I debated him, but like, holy fuck, this guy's stupid. Like, it's not just stupid, it's crazy. How in the hell can you have these like two beliefs at the same time, that someone's spreading misinformation about a topic, but then you refuse to debate them because you acknowledge you don't have enough fucking knowledge of the topic?
Is misinformed because he's been telling all the lies that he possibly can. And this is what they like to do. They like to try and challenge people to debates. And so you can talk for hours behind a screen and they can get their ad revenue up and whatnot because...
Avi's channel isn't even monetized as far as I understand. And like, what the fuck are you talking about? He barely uploads. Ad revenue. You think Dr. Avi, with 7,000 subscribers, only gets like 2K views per video and rarely ever uploads? His last video was a month ago. You think he's motivated by fucking ad revenue? Are you fucking retarded?
They're desperate for money. Like I said, there's nothing to debate. It's crazy to see how these internet addicts are so...
Yes, a medical doctor who works as a medical doctor is desperate for money. That's why he rarely ever uploads to his YouTube channel.
Quick to ask you to argue with them online, but when was the last time either of them posted a video about animal rights? Like, last time I checked, I haven't seen...
Meanwhile, Hamas massacres and rapes children but on the offense, as well as being at fault for the ones getting killed by Israel. What a dumb fuck.
He flat out denies the Hamas attacks. Like, he said it just never happened. I've never even seen that position yet. It's so crazy. I've seen people cope and say, oh, well, the attacks were justified or they weren't as bad and they're being exaggerated. He flat out denies they even happened. So he's on a whole nother level of stupid. Thanks for the donation, though, Nicker. There's no God but Allah donated $2. Look at these cringe gifts PBD gives out.
And aside from that, I got a gift for you as well.
Oh my God.
The first one is a Bible. This is a special Bible because it's from 1870. We wanted to give you a gift that would have a lot of meaning behind it. Brandon worked very hard to find this. We finally found it. So this is a gift from us to you.
Brother, I absolutely love things like this. Thank you very much.
And one of our vice presidents in our company, who is a Muslim himself, the Quran that his mom passed down to them is the one he gave to us for us to give to you. We know this is important to you if you open it up. So this is something that's been passed from family to family to family.
It's incredible.
And then the last one is a book I read, Mere Christianity. If you've never read it, he's an interesting guy, Oxford professor who went from being an atheist to all of a sudden believing in God, and his transition to it, it's wild.
So he's not a particularly smart man.
Yeah, if they send me back, I have plenty to read. I'll take them with me. Thank you very much.
Plenty of reading to do. Once again, brother, really enjoy this.
Thank you.
Well, that is a shitty gift.
I think it's going to take a minute. So I want to give you the gifts I got you, bro. Okay. I want to give you the gifts that I got you here. So for me, I got 5 of them. Let me see if all 5 of them are here.
That's a lot.
Yeah, let me see if I got one of them. One more. Sam, if you're first. Okay, so I'm betting myself. I think you're going to love one of them. I hope it goes in your comedy club.
Okay.
Because you could buy it yourself. But then the other 2, it's a competition because you got like a... So you're a Jimi Hendrix guy, right? I think you're a Jimi Hendrix guy. Perfect. I got this. We looked up to see what we can do with Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix did a month-long did a special Jimi Hendrix pen that while you're sitting here writing... So... Took me a minute to find this, but this is a letter written by Andrew Jackson, president, signed at the bottom. Wow. Hope you like this. This represents is the actual. Let me see this here. This is the actual.
These are weird, lame fucking gifts. What do you think about integrative medicine? Medicine question mark. I don't know what you mean by integrative medicine, but like combining both lifestyle interventions with medication is a good idea. Thanks for the donation. There is no God but Allah.
Have you seen this? Lol.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this.
With Colombia Yosemite news, where everyone's we'll break from all this activity.
Yeah, it wasn't funny and it was just annoying. Thanks for the donation, Sister Fister.
Wow, liberals like him are sounding more and more like conservatives every day.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Crazy old man with a gun. Okay, I think I can show this.
goddamn brains out right fucking now. Stop it!
Blow my brains out.
You want me to? No!
Dude, if somebody was pointing a gun at me, I'd fucking leave. I don't know why that guy's just sitting there.
Stop it!
Never, ever, ever bet on the idea that someone isn't crazy enough to pull the trigger.
Shoot me, I guarantee you'll go to jail for life.
What the fuck is this?
You're gonna blow my mom? You're gonna blow my mom's brains out? Point that gun at me again.
What the fuck?
Lamau, he said he would rather just challenge you in Avi to a boxing match instead and not deserve a civil conversation. Just wait.
He weighs like 150 pounds. He'd rather box me. Like, he'd die. Okay, well, thanks for the donation, Grey Knight. He actually got shot. Holy shit.
Oh my god! You're going to jail.
Holy fuck! What is this? Dude, what the fuck? If you want the finale, someone else found this. Edit. I didn't see this was region locked as I was dealing with a statewide internet outage. Here's the text. Officers with the Blount County Sheriff's Office said a man is dead of an apparent suicide and another is recovering from a gunshot wound to his right ear. This happened at my home on Quarry Hollow Road in Friendsville around 8:15 p.m. Friday. Authorities identified the man who died as 68-year-old Jeffrey Scott West. He was pronounced dead at the scene. BCSO says an autopsy will be conducted at the Knox County Regional Forensic Center.
Hey dude. Nice to see you again. I remember in your older videos you wouldn't drink Diet Pop and you were dead set against it. Can you explain why you changed your opinion? Also, is there any amount someone can donate for you to drink 3 beers on a stream?
If you pay me $1,000, I'll drink 3 beers on a stream. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. I changed my opinion on diet soda just based on evidence. I was kind of suckered into the whole, it's like, you know, artificial sweeteners are bad for you, but after just reading more about it, I just realized that's bullshit. Thanks for the donation, though, pro-vegan. What?
What did you just say about artificial sweeteners?
Artificial sweeteners are fine.
How can these SJWs not reals that there are becoming just like the Nazis they hate so much?
I guess because they're tarded. It's really the only explanation. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. The man who was wounded, 24-year-old Kyle W. Spitz, was taken to the University of Tennessee Medical Center. His wounds are not life-threatening. According to BCSO, at approximately 8:15 p.m. Friday, investigators responded to a shooting call at a Quarry Hollow Road home. Upon arrival, they found Spitz and another person who lives in the home waiting outside. Spitz was given first aid treatment and told officers that he and West, the man who died, were arguing in the home. West pulled out a gun and shot at Spitz. Bullet grazed his ear. Spitz and the other person ran outside and called 911. Sheriff's crisis negotiations and SWAT teams arrived at the scene. They began attempting to negotiate with West, try to get him to surrender. Those efforts failed, and deputies sent a canine into the home shortly before 11 p.m. discovered that West was dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wounds. No officers were hurt. Yeah, again, never, ever bet on the idea that somebody with a gun isn't crazy enough to pull the trigger. Like, that is insane that that guy just stood there while a gun was being pointed at him. You need to just leave and call the fucking police. Like, that is nuts how people just stand there while a gun's being pointed at them. Like, holy fuck. If that was like an inch, just an inch fucking closer, he'd been dead. There is no God but Allah. Donated $2. Is this a good exercise?
Then feast before you try to eat, let your flesh sleep. Spirit man strong when your flesh weak. Supernatural overflow to take you in the next week. It ain't no secret you can turn it out of Jesus. Born again believer trying to reach an unbeliever. Everybody know that I'm a different type of preacher. Flow so sick you would think I had a fever. Popcorn praying and really not prayer. When you talk about that person, but you never not there. You speak in repetition that you love in your tradition. You forgot about the posture of your heart. Move yourself out the way.
So these are like burpee variations. Yeah, I mean, it's more for conditioning and aerobic capacity, but, you know, if you just want to get fit, burpees are a good exercise. Look at this cringe.
I'm not vegan.
Why not?
Because I like meat, and because we've grown up and evolved eating meat. And I feel like we should keep going that way.
Yeah, I know, I grew up that way too, bro.
I agree.
But do you think that justifies doing that to animals?
Yeah. Like,
chopping their head off?
Me personally, I do it myself. I hunt, I spearfish, alright, and I do it sustainably, which I feel like we should all do.
Sustainable murder, yes.
But, just like chill out, bro. Like, just like seriously.
I'm pretty chill.
Yeah, I know. But
So
like,
how do you think the animal feels about that though? Whether it go into a slaughterhouse or whether you shoot them in the head with your arrow?
I don't think they think much about it.
But do you not think they have a right to live like you do?
We're all made out of atoms and electrons anyway.
Okay, that's stupid. Whose side are you on?
Now, I'm not like that Bobby Flav City guy because, yeah, these do have cane sugar, but it's 3 grams of cane sugar per serving. If you like these, that's going to be fine. Especially if you're an athlete or somebody who's active, yeah, your body will burn through some sugar. However, we're all trying to minimize our exposure to processed sugar because it's in everything. These Greek yogurt bites are pretty cool. And yes, there's a touch of cane sugar in here, but honestly, my issue is with the price. These are like $6. It's like, bro, you could buy a giant thing of Greek yogurt, buy some frozen strawberries, and recreate this with no added cane sugar. Probably going to be a better option, but in a pinch, these seem cool.
I don't think yogurt or dairy, like, period, is good for you. Fermented dairy has the benefit of not affecting your serum cholesterol as much as other sources of saturated fat, but it's still dairy, and it is going to be a source of cholesterol and saturated fat. It has no fiber, and there is an association between milk and prostate cancer, and it has some association with breast cancer. I wouldn't be surprised if you see similar risks with things like yogurt and cheese and other like fermented dairy products. So I'd avoid dairy for health reasons and ethical reasons, of course. That guy is a fucking asshole, by the way. Thanks for that donation. There's no God but Allah.
Bro VG, one of the primary traits of NPD is the belief that others are inferior. In the last 15 minutes of your stream alone you dismissed like 5 different people as retarded. How can you not see this irony?
I don't see that as ironic. Other people are, in fact, inferior to me. People are stupid, racist, anti-Semitic, willfully ignorant, just pieces of shit in general. I don't see that as being narcissistic. That's just a fucking obvious fact. There are people that are inferior to me. Thanks for the donation, though, narcissist boy.
Can't wait for Dildo Beast's cope video when you eventually bench 405.
Let me see.
Alright, friends, I'm back. It's T with another video.
Alright, we'll watch that one next. Thanks for the donation, nigga.
Seen Avi be mentioned as an animal rights activist or say anything about animal rights. So it's like, I can't even take dude seriously. But also it's like, again, if you're over here arguing in defense of children being massacred, I have no words for you.
He's not saying it's okay for children to be massacred, so that's just a complete straw man.
Like, the only business I have for you is in person and being inside a boxing ring, which we know Avi would never do. We know Vegan Gains would never do. This man—
Oh, I'll beat your ass. I don't know why he's saying I'd never do that. I'd beat your ass.
Man was supposed to fight Kenny KO, never did that. The only thing they can do is just feel comfortable speaking false information about serious topics like massacres behind their little screens and whatnot.
Why does this little fucking twerp think I'm afraid of him?
But in person, they have no business doing nothing to nobody. And this is why I just chose to use the block button for Avi. It's because I'm not going to waste my time. I got better things to do than...
Oh, okay. So I know more than Avi. I could easily beat him in a debate. Obviously, my position is right. This topic is important enough for you to make multiple fucking videos about it. But, oh, I'm not going to waste my time debating him, but I will fight you in a boxing ring. Like, fuck you, kid.
Entertain his fan base, his Zionist fan base, his Israeli fan base who are hateful and want to justify the violence that their nation is causing onto Palestine when they're over there making their little TikTok videos and joking about the massacre that they're committing on children in land that was stolen from Palestine, by the way.
There was no land stolen from Palestinians. That is just complete fucking bullshit. After the Ottoman Empire went away and the British took over, the British technically owned the fucking territory. The land that was going to be set aside for Israel was not going to displace Arabs. The plan for Israel was to have a huge Arab minority. And what happened was the Arabs just started a fucking war with the fucking Jews. And after that happened, yeah, they ended up losing more fucking territory. Like, they took the fucking bet that, oh, well, we can fucking control all the fucking land, push out the Jews. They fucking lost that war, and they made their bet and they have to lay in it.
There is no debate to have with you. You know, I'd rather just have a fist fight with you, invite you to a boxing gym, boxing ring, MMA gym. I don't even do MMA, but again, you don't do anything is the thing. So you just do your little talking behind your little computer. But let's get in a ring together and see how you do the talk.
Let me see if he still has the videos up. Well, I mean, you can just see how fucking...
So I know I've swayed away from fitness content as far as like my channel for the purpose of really just spreading animal rights.
This little kid wants to fight me.
Right here was...
Like, dude, I don't think a fucking gym would allow me to fight you. They'd like, we can go to a boxing gym and they'd fucking see you and they'd see me and they'd be like, yeah, there's no way we're gonna fucking let you two fight. Look how fucking skinny he is. I don't even think he weighs 150. I think this kid is like probably around 135, 140. He looks like he's short too, like 5'8". Like, what the fuck? How fucking delusional do you have to be?
It was originally called the Kingdom of Israel and Judea, until the Romans casted the Jews out and renamed them Palestine as an insult. Accept his challenge, VG. Lamau.
Yeah, really. I have to update my passport. I think he lives in the US, but yeah, why not? Racist American gets crushed by bench. Okay, that's not him. This was 3 years ago.
I've noticed that when I do outreach carnists, and run netet, they're too stupid to get it. However, when I point out why I love cats but eat cows, they make the connection easier. I think netet is more suited for debates with people who aren't as dumb emo. I'm 159 pounds. I'm heavier than him.
Yeah, he's tiny. He's nuts. If he actually is serious about fighting me, like he already clearly has like some sort of brain damage. I don't know why he'd want to make it worse. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Yeah, a lot of Carnists are too stupid to really comprehend name the trait. It's not a very hard concept. You're basically making an argument for marginal cases. But a lot of them are just too dumb to understand. Usually when somebody's too stupid to run, like, name the trait on, I don't even really bother arguing with them. If they're not able to have a debate on that sort of level, it's like, what are you doing? You're not really going to be able to convince them, so I just kind of move on. Thanks for the donation, though. I'm vegan, by the way.
Just to say what's up. Keep your head up.
So, yeah, this is the guy who thinks he can take me in a boxing match.
And I lift
Right.
for athleticism. Very important aspect of my life. I like doing it.
Is that him?
For many other athletes, you will hear the same thing.
Oh, boy.
There's a lot of stress that goes on in our lives, and that's just going to be the way it is.
I don't know if that's even him. Is that him?
Just being around people in this world and the way that I think they are, whether it's at work, whether it's online.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I'm surrounded by a bunch of closed-minded clowns, and sometimes it's not a feeling, it's just reality.
What is he thinking?
Sure I could, and
Okay, well, once I get my passport updated, sure. Yeah, maybe when I do some traveling, I'll take him up on his offer.
And then it's like, y'all have been debating and talking with people for years and years, and you ever get tired of seeing two clowns going back and forth on the internet? If you have a disagreement with somebody and you think you got to settle it, just go inside a boxing ring with them if it's that serious to you. Because again, when you're over here arguing in defense of violence,
Okay, so again, this idea is just stupid. Debate is a waste of time, but I'll box you. He's clearly not being fucking serious.
He looks like he's getting beaten there too.
Yeah, he is not doing too well, and he's not good. Like the way he throws punches, he's extremely off balance. Like especially fighting somebody who's a lot bigger than him. Like I could just easily knock him over. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
no words for you. You know, it's only violence for you. Like that's all you deserve. You don't deserve to have a civil discussion with someone. Like you just deserve to get your ass beat up. Like that's it. Like children.
He thinks he's gonna beat my ass. Okay.
Massacred is no joke, and it's not something that I take lightly. So again, you want to come onto somebody's page saying, "Let's debate this and that." There ain't nothing to debate. You know, there's thousands of videos online showing children being pulled from the rebels of the buildings that are being bombed.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Children this, children that.
In Palestine and being shot. There's videos of them being shot. Palestinian children having their parents get shot right in front of them. These videos are.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Civilians are not just getting fucking massacred and shot like they're being round up in a Holocaust.
Online. You can go watch them. Like, again, there ain't shit to debate about that. So, again, if you're in support of that, if you're an Israeli clown that's leaving comments on in public without having a little panic attack. So the last thing he wants to do is get in a boxing ring with someone like me, Kenny KO, or anybody.
Oh my god.
You know, like, y'all can stay miserable and...
Okay, by the way, the Kenny KO thing didn't happen because of a few injuries that I had and I think Kenny also gave up on boxing. Like, I broke my elbow and then I just couldn't fucking do anything. But Kenny KO is like around the same size as me. He's like 6'3", 6'4". I think he weighs around 220 or 230. Some shit like that. Kenny is way fucking bigger than him. So why is he saying someone like me or Kenny KO? He's twice your size.
Behind your little screens and want to challenge people to debates, but I'm not going to give y'all any ad revenue and whatnot. Like, I'm not going to give y'all free ad revenue and whatnot. Like, yeah,
You're not going to give us free ad revenue, but you're fine with us going to a boxing ring and filming your ass getting beat. Okay, that wouldn't give us ad revenue. I can guarantee you, me filming me beating your ass would get more views and give me more ad revenue than a debate. So that makes no sense.
I'm just not gonna do that for y'all. And basically why I'm making this video is because...
How are you doing? Also, when are you reviewing vegan debates? Soy is awesome.
We're gonna review vegan debates soon. There's at least 2 that I wanted to react to tonight. Oh, thanks for the donation. Soy is vegan. Labber Booger donated $2. Hey man, check out my glorious finds today. That looks like a nice Nintendo GameCube. That is a nice slim PS2. I never had a slim PS2, I just had the OG fat PS2. But thanks for the donation, Flabber Booger.
I suggest that other fools out there should do the same. Like, a lot of times when people get challenged to debate online, there's this thing where, oh, you're scared you're gonna lose or whatnot. When there's really no such thing as winning or losing a debate as long as you can't convince the other person, which...
The idea that the only way to win in a debate is to convince another person of your side is retarded.
99% of the time that...
Okay, thanks. How is your mood?
My mood's pretty okay right now. I have had a pretty decent day. I'm just a bit tired because I'm just going through a lot of exhaustion lately, but my mood's pretty okay. Thanks for that donation, man.
That doesn't happen anyway, so that's just what it is. But again, if you're someone out there who's speaking against these clowns and they try and challenge you to a debate, well, we'll have a civil debate after you travel over to my boxing gym and we can get in the ring together. You know, if y'all are both so big and bad, you're all these amazing athletes, we yet to see either of y'all in the ring with anybody yet. I've been in the ring with multiple people, and the only videos that I have of me boxing, those are only a couple videos. I've been in the ring with way more people.
Okay.
Like, again, where's the footage of y'all? Y'all got these cameras and all this video creating tech, and yet we've seen no videos of y'all fighting or doing nothing like this. So it's like, that's my challenge.
What a whack job.
In response to him challenging me to a debate, when are you gonna come to North Texas and try and link up with me so we can get a sparring match going on? That's what we'll call it when
yeah, okay.
are flying all over your face. We'll just call it a little sparring match, if you will. But you jokes just are all internet.
What a dinsy princess he is.
Yeah, really. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Y'all aren't about nothing. Y'all are terrible people if anyone who is a terrible person if they support the violence that's going on in Palestine. Like, there's no fucking debate. Like, I'm not even gonna entertain y'all. So, anyone...
Okay, so basically, I'm right. I know more than you, but I also don't know anything about the conflict. That's why I don't want to debate. Also, that would give you ad revenue, but I will box you, which would give you more ad revenue. Okay. That all made perfect sense.
Guess who? Jason Blaha, Strength and Fitness. Yes, our favorite fitness YouTube gym slave. Haha. He says heavy work followed by pump work for hypertrophy. Okay, let's review this video.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about really a time-proven concept. This is something that has been successfully used.
A time-proven concept. Oh man, I can't wait to hear this. Damn man, I've been waiting for this video all my life, Jason. You're amazing.
In the bodybuilding world and actually in the powerlifting world too at this point.
Oh, the bodybuilding world and the powerlifting world. Bodybuilding does powerlifting. It's the same thing. You just took the big four out of it. So yeah, it's more superior bodybuilding, yes.
For generations successfully. And when people try to argue about different methods, they say, well, this method or that method has only been applied to people on real...
Method? That's when people are faking stuff. That's why they come up with methods. Because they don't know how muscle's truly built. They're just winging it. They're throwing darts and hitting it very low on the target.
Large amounts of stuff, except that this idea was being successfully used by bodybuilding champions before that. So
oh, now you're confusing fake with real, bro. You can't do that. You can't confuse a lady putting cosmetics on her face and then a lady who's natural without these cosmetics and then she washes it off.
You can't really say that that's the case. And so, you know, when someone starts talking about classic bodybuilding in any sort of traditional sense of just gaining muscle, if they claim that this isn't part of it, then they're ignorant of history. Okay, because this is again, a time-proven idea. Yes, it was used later by guys on hefty amounts of stuff. Probably not as much with the current guys.
Eh? This guy's so confused.
Although you did see guys like Ronnie Coleman do it. But yeah, going back to the 50s.
Saw a fake bodybuilder like Ronnie Coleman, the byproduct sarcoplasmic. The lifts is based on chemical strength, injecting.
The 60s. Guys were very successfully implementing this idea. And the idea is you do your big movements with fairly heavy weight. Notice I didn't say you had to max out. Now you get over to West Side type ideas, and that's exactly what they did. It's, you know, come in and max out and then do pump bodybuilding type work. Again, very successfully used.
Pump body type.
I don't know what he means by that. Westside would practice heavy singles all the time, or heavy sets of 2 or 3, and then they'd do higher volume work, like sets of 10. I don't know, like, that's not exactly pump work, and they would do a lot of isolation work for, like, their triceps and shit, as, like, an accessory for their bench, but it's not like pump work. They're still doing things like really heavy skull crushers or JM presses or tricep rollovers. I wouldn't call that pump work.
Work? Yeah, sarcoplasmic. It's what it is.
But you look at the bodybuilding world historically, this is a time-proven classic idea, and it does work. It does work. And you can't deny that it works because it built...
What is it? What works? Tell us.
Tons of champions and very impressive physiques.
It built a lot of champions? You mean it injected their ass with some oil-based shit, right? Some molecules. Okay, yeah, sure, of course.
Long before guys...
3 pounds of muscle in like fucking 35 years of lifting, he says. So where's his muscle? He built 0, nothing. He weighs 215, okay? He weighs 215. 15. I think it's a lot less than that. But look, man, he's under 200 pounds. So where's his muscle? What did he gain in 35 years? What did he exactly build? Even if he says he's 215, what did he build in 35 years? That's kind of like your average weight for an old dude like him, kind of fat, plumpy, and carrying a bunch of shitty weight. You understand me? These old dudes that walk in the street, they're like, oh, I'm 215. I'm 215. I eat a lot of pizzas all day. Weird food. Yeah. So where's his muscle? What did he build exactly? Ask yourself this question. What exactly?
I wouldn't say Blaha isn't muscular. He's clearly more muscular than an average person, but yeah, he's a small guy. He's only like 5'6" or 5'7", something like that. Pretty sure he's below average height. And he does not have good genetics for bodybuilding or powerlifting.
Hey, I had finally got a girlfriend a few months ago after you gave the advice on stream of treat them like a guy friend except you want to fuck. We dated for 3 months but we broke up yesterday. Depressed as fuck, but thank you for the advice.
Well, dude, there's always more women out there. So breakups might suck, but there's always more girls out there. So don't dwell on it too much. Thanks for the donation, though, George. I think I'm going to grab a pizza. Let me see what Blaha's uploaded lately. Is he still only benching 225? Why does he keep only benching 225? Like, he's literally not making progress. Like, especially for a dude who's taking steroids, it's kind of baffling that he's still only benching 225. Yeah, and he's also deleting all of his fucking hate comments, so there's only like 2 comments on all his fucking videos. Alright. Let's review this debate. I'm gonna go grab the pizza. I'll be right back. What? Yeah, I know. What? No, I don't know so.
Yeah, you guys in favor of animal abuse? You
You're
are? Animal abuse? You're in favor of animal abuse?
No, we're vegans.
You're vegan? Hell yeah, based.
Yeah. That's why we had such a hard time in Puerto Rico, man.
Yeah?
It's not an easy place if you don't like to eat animals.
How long you guys been vegan?
Well, we're not fully, we're vegetarian, but mostly vegan.
So you still abuse animals? Vegetarians still abuse animals?
Yeah, I know.
Why abuse dairy cows and egg? Have you looked into like stop your abuse of them?
Yes, definitely.
But we don't eat eggs, meat, fish.
But we just went to a vegan restaurant and it was terrible. 100% HB.
That's a good one, man.
It's alright, man.
Like it.
Everything's fried and it's just like...
It's not a health food one, that one, but it's good.
Animals.
What's a good vegan restaurant?
Are you against animals?
There's a bunch of them. You have seen Happy Cow?
Because with your actions,
oh,
you're
Happy Cow, yeah, we use it all the time.
A bunch of them, like Frescura Kitchen at Bayamon is healthy and good.
Ask him the place we went. Oh my God,
I just told him,
good.
Vieques.
We like it. We like some.
We were just in Vieques. That was really hard, man. So we just bought some groceries and we made our own food.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but
No, you're right. You're 100%.
If you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser.
I agree with you. We're just.
What about you, man? Like you
vegetarian. He's always been. He was born and raised.
Why don't you see it as a moral obligation to go vegan?
It is just.
No, honestly, no, but honestly, our family is like more vegan.
Vegan is not a diet.
100% vegan.
No, it's not a diet. Vegan is not a diet. Vegetarian is a diet, but
yeah, vegan is a moral philosophy. Yeah, it's a logical.
Not using animals for anything. I got it.
Yes, a logical extension of human rights. We believe humans should have a right not to be enslaved, murdered. Animals should have that right too. So would you have a little bit of exploited human female milk every once in a while or no?
No.
Then what's?
I know it's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Then why pay for it? Is it taste pleasure? Is it convenient?
If you think of the victims, it's easy, man.
We're just weak, that's all. But we agree with you, 100%.
Then, if you, how do you justify just because you?
It's selfishness because if you think of the victims, it's super easy to be vegan. Super easy.
It is selfishness, yes.
So if I was selfish, would you say like, okay, continue being selfish?
You know, I've never understood how somebody could agree that something's wrong and then still do it. It's like people have no sort of respect for other people and just respect for themselves, where they like hold themselves to, you know, the morals, like their own moral standards.
I would just say that we are.
You're the victim in this point.
We're all weak human beings, and we all try our best. You guys are right.
So the animals is not the best.
No argument.
So the animals is not the best.
Yeah, but my question is presumably you wouldn't see it, and you wouldn't have that same attitude in the human context. You wouldn't like every once in a while murder humans, right?
Well,
or would you because you're weak?
Sometimes I think humans are a lot worse than animals. So I'm not.
Yeah, but innocent humans. Let's say children. Let's say we were exploiting.
Animals don't do this. This is humans.
Let's say we were exploiting children for their eggs or whatever. Like, hypothetically, would you guys pay for that? No. Would you see it as morally obligatory to not pay for that, right? Then what's the difference between animals and human children?
We're actually Jain. I mean, my grandparents and stuff, they don't eat root vegetables because they say you have to pull out the whole plant. You don't need to kill the whole plant. You shouldn't.
It's not killing in this case.
Yeah, you gotta kill the whole plant.
Jainism's fucking retarded. I don't know how Jains can be against eating like fucking onions or root vegetables or something, but then they're fine with abusing fucking cows.
You're eating potatoes
but
and carrots.
The plant is not sentient.
Yeah,
different to the animals, they are sentient.
Everything is sentient to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I don't believe so. Like, as science understands it, because obviously, you know, the available evidence suggests that its consciousness or sentience is an emergent property of brains, central nervous systems. Plants don't lack brains.
But if you get to the highest levels of physics, there's a certain consciousness substrate that sums with everything. So everything is actually sentient, right? There's sentience everywhere. So the idea is to minimize violence anywhere.
So this guy thinks rocks have feelings. You're already dealing with a fucking genius.
Yeah, but even if panpsychism is true and everything is sentience, like I wouldn't see why plants would develop like pain, for example, because they can't move. Pain seems to be like something to be able to.
Have you ever read like the Secret Life of Plants? They have all sorts of studies. Plants feel pain.
Oh my god.
Not a subjective experience of pain.
Well, they measure them.
Do they have a mind?
They're apparently.
Like, I don't even understand how the fuck this is relevant. Supposing plants are sentient and have feelings, that doesn't make it okay to fucking kill and eat them. So it would be wrong to eat plants if they were sentient.
They say that they have even proven that if
the point is, look, we gotta eat something, otherwise we're gonna die, right?
Yes.
Do we gotta eat animal
The idea is eat as little as you can.
We can eat something, but not that.
Right?
We don't have to eat from animal abuse.
As my husband is mentioning, that the religion that we belong to is the main important line is live and let live, which means extreme.
You're not letting the animals
yes,
live when you're a
extreme
vegetarian.
non-violence, and in that comes the plants also. So his grandparents, my grandparents, if they had to choose a potato and onion, they would choose a spinach or a cabbage, because they're like spinach. You cut the leaves, the plant still keeps coming, right? Potato, you have to take it about the root. Done. The plant doesn't grow anymore.
Anyways,
so there's a difference.
You guys are brave. Keep up the good work, and we will be vegan.
Yes.
Don't worry
Watch
about
the meeting on YouTube. Let me show you the.
We know. I've seen it all.
Okay, let's just...
Then why aren't you vegan yet?
Sooner rather than later.
Should the animals? I don't see how you can justify
I don't go out of my
your
way.
weakness.
I don't go out of my way to eat dairy. I don't go and seek it out. But, yeah.
Maybe you should gain some.
What does it mean he doesn't go out of his way to eat dairy? Like, yes, you fucking do. You have to go to a store and buy milk, or go to a restaurant and order like something with cheese on it. So yeah, you do go out of your way to eat dairy.
Strength and like think about your values, because your values are being hypocritical at this moment.
Much meat here.
Sure, we're talking to you guys right now. We just ask you to put yourself in the victim's position and stop paying for a little bit of murder. It doesn't make it okay, even if it's a little bit. It's still wrong.
If I was like saying, I'm weak, would you say like you're about to die because I'm weak and I wanna?
But what
but hear me out.
Don't interrupt
me. What we use is milk and yolk, like milk, right?
Yeah, from a cow that's not your mother.
No, but from a cow, we use milk, and then from the milk, a lot of things derive, like milk, cheese, butter, yogurt. You know, all the things that come from the milk, right? So the thing is the same philosophy. We don't need to kill a cow in order to derive milk. What we need to derive
You do
is,
actually, by the way. Can I interrupt you really quick? Like, so even if it was the case that you didn't need to kill them, it's still exploitation, right? You're still bringing
yes,
these beings into
exploitation
existence.
is different than
It's wrong.
than killing the cow. Like when you kill the cow,
You're commodifying the cow. You're commodifying.
Yeah. So the problem with dairy products is that it's.
Dude, you only have 4 viewers on Kick. Clearly the Kick is not growing on its own. Here's $10 to take the 1 minute to post on your egg story. You should do this from here on out. It literally takes no effort.
Okay, I'll start doing it tomorrow. Thanks for the donation, nigga.
It's the exploitation. You're breeding these beings into existence through sexual sexual exploitation, and then the males are murdered. The males are useless to the industry. They murder for veal. The females, where they can't produce any more milk, what happens to them?
Yes, and we are quite aware of the hormonal injections,
Yeah.
them impregnated all the time.
Like the full arm to impregnate them.
Yes.
Right?
So hear me out on this. You're commodifying animals just because you like it, and when the cow stops producing milk,
and then
why are you gonna get another cow? If regardless, if you don't kill her, what are you gonna do with her? Send her away to someone else to
butcher.
You're still killing her.
Yes.
Maybe you're not doing it yourself, but even if you have a cow in your home, like
free roaming cow.
Are you gonna have that cow forever? And regardless of that, why are we using cows for something that we're not even a cow? We're humans.
Yeah,
why are we stealing
why
the
exploit
cow?
conscious beings?
You don't agree with your actions. With none of your actions, you're not agreeing. You're disagreeing.
I agree with you.
You're disagreeing with me
Okay.
when your
I
actions
don't know
are
what to say right now,
doing.
so.
Because when your
guys
actions
are
do
right.
the
I get no
opposite, you're
arguments,
disagreeing, not agreeing. If you agree,
Well, but
you would
he does
agree to stop.
He
like
does agree.
now,
He's being
immediately.
hypocrite. Yeah, he agrees. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
You just don't care about animals. You just care about
We
yourself.
do care. I donate lots of money every year. We try to be vegan whenever we can.
To the animal,
So
to
we
the
do care.
animal
We
that
do care. No,
you're
but you can't say we
exploiting.
don't care. I donate thousands of dollars every year to animal causes, vegan causes and stuff. So I do care.
To the animal
by the way,
that you
by the way,
abuse.
to the animals that you are in fact murdering, to them, specifically to those victims, you don't care.
It matters.
To those
No,
victims.
we cannot because we don't know which ones.
See, I'll
the
tell you one
milk
thing
is
though,
coming
but I mean,
to, right?
but traditionally, thousands
Regardless,
of years ago, when
like-
people drank milk, they had a cow in there.
In the
This is like
backyard.
tradition. This is 5,000 years ago in India,
Not even
right?
5,000.
We don't
They
need
had
to use animals for
years ago,
anything.
Dinesh.
They had the cows in their yards. They were domesticated, you know, all that stuff like that. They had milk a couple times a year whenever the cow gave birth. The calf drank the milk first, right? Then after the calf drank the milk,
Why are
there
you
was surplus
stealing it
milk.
from the baby cow?
Because
Let me-
human
let me-
females, your mother produced surplus milk too. So did your mother. All human females produce surplus
Should you
milk.
drink
can ask
it?
her.
That's not true.
Have you ever tried psychedelics, and if yes, what was it like? And if not, why not?
Yeah, I've taken magic mushrooms quite a few times. Every trip is different. I've talked about different trips I've had. Some are pretty crazy. Like I've had a trip where, I thought I was talking to interdimensional beings, stuff like that. But thanks for the donation, vegan linguist.
By the way,
humans do drink it. Humans
No,
drink breast
but
milk too.
But
So
what's
if
your-
you
consent,
can
if
buy it on
they-
the internet right
if
now.
my
What was
mother
the
consented,
point
that
with the-
would have
with the
been
story?
okay.
I'm just a little confused.
I'm just saying. So the current way milk.
So, cows have been bred. Cows have been bred to produce more milk. So the idea that, cows produce, excess milk that we can use. It's only because we've bred them that way.
Good evening, VG. I hope that you are doing great tonight. Is this ever an interaction W/you and Jasmine? Also, WTF Texas?
Am I thirsty? Am I thirsty? Am I thirsty?
Oh, Ernie, if you're so thirsty, why don't you just get up and get yourself a glass of water, huh?
Oh, well, because, Bert, I'm so tired.
No.
The only thing I am more than tired is thirsty. And I am thirsty. Am I thirsty?
All right. I get the hint. I will get you a glass of water.
Would you do that for me, Bert? Oh, what a nice guy Bert is.
No, never had conversations like that with Jasmine. Just don't worry about it. Yeah, Texas and Florida have had a lot of Nazi rallies lately. Ugh. Pretty retarded. Thanks for the donation, Ben.
Was produced, no argument. It is wrong, no argument. But traditionally, there is a way to consume dairy that is not violent. You can't do it anymore, but you.
That is not true. Forcing these animals into a situation where they're being exploited is in itself an act of violence.
Could do
So let me ask you this: like, would you say that in that traditional way that it was good to produce milk or whatever? Would you say that would be ethical to do that with human females? To do that in the traditional way, not the actual. I mean,
if there's excess
You're making
milk,
a welfarist argument.
I mean, if you're like enslaving them, I mean, probably not. But
well, that's exactly what we're doing to them, right?
Right now,
sorry,
right?
I
But
don't
cows
know
are
your name,
cows are domesticated. Like they can't even live in the wild.
Okay, so let me ask you this: let's say we find a group of intellectually disabled humans.
Remember kids, the easiest way to get famous is to commit a school shooting.
I don't think that really makes you famous. That makes you more infamous. But thanks for the donation. Not particularly good advice.
To the degree of cows, and we do that to them. We breed them for milk, and we exploit them in that same way. Would you be in favor of that?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not.
Then
humans do things to human beings.
Bob donated $2. Hey, I've always been quite overweight in my life, and for the past months I've been riding my bike more and even doing a little running, but I'm not losing as much weight as I want, and I'm still pretty fat. You got any tips? Exercise is not going to be a huge factor in weight maintenance or weight loss. The biggest factor is going to be your diet. So you can only affect your caloric balance by something like, I think as much as 20% with deliberate physical activity. You can affect it massively, however, with dietary change. So you need to deliberately eat less. And whatever way you eat less is going to result in weight loss. So you could take a weight loss drug like Ozempic to crush your appetite. You can get gastric bypass surgery so that you can't eat as much food. You can just deliberately eat less and kind of deal with hunger pains. You can use novel dieting strategies like eat very high volume, low calorie fruits and vegetables and have that make up the bulk of your diet. But you have to eat less. You can't really rely on deliberate exercise to lose weight. You almost have to just deliberately eat less. Thanks for the donation though, Bob. Hope that helps.
I was surprised by this. Let me know what you think of him.
I see.
Put this tape in, hit the replay, gon' vibe in your ride, chill to the music, feeling what I'm putting inside, dealing with your vulnerable side, this is giving me grace when I don't understand which way is the best, no God. You don't really want no problem, don't drill in the country, blue.
I don't know. Thanks for the donation, Gay Niggas VG.
All the time, they always have done.
Yeah, but personally, you wouldn't pay for that kind of milk.
Well, no, because I wouldn't, no, not for you.
But you would pay for the cow's milk in the traditional way. So my question is, what's true of animals that if it was true of us, would justify that?
Described was not the traditional way. Or not,
what?
You said you would enslave like certain number of humans and milk them.
No, in the traditional way. In the traditional way,
right, I mean, if there was just
breed
excess
them.
milk, and it happened to come from a human.
Like, again, the only reason they're producing a surplus of milk that you can take is because they've been artificially bred to produce excess milk. So you've put them in a situation where they have to be milked more. It's kind of retarded to say, well, oh, I'm not exploiting them. You have to milk them more, or else they could develop infections or have pain or something. Well, the only reason they're in that situation is because you've artificially bred them to be in that situation.
Mammals produce excess milk,
there's like
right? She produced excess milk.
But here's the thing.
By the way, a lot of human females actually have trouble producing enough milk for their children, and you can actually find services where you can find other pregnant women who are lactating, who can give you more milk if you're not producing enough milk for your own child. So the idea that, oh, human women produce excess milk, that's not really true. A lot of people have enough trouble producing enough milk for their kids.
Finance it with your money to keep doing, to finance the industry for it to if there's create no demand. harm, and it just happens to be from a human, there's excess milk. Yeah, why not?
Here's the thing.
But what do you mean by harm, by the way?
What about eggs?
Yeah, Christy, you should not use Benadryl to get high. You can experience permanent, irreversible brain damage from abusing Benadryl, and it's caused...
This guy is amazing.
I'll look at that in a second. Thanks for that donation, Yo-Yo. People develop permanent, irreversible psychosis from Benadryl. So don't ever use Benadryl as a, like, party drug or anything.
Shouts out to AE. I'm riding in that 6-0, move fast, stick slow, baby. Free rock, bitch. Free rock, bitch.
This is terrible. Thanks for the donation, Yo-Yo.
So what about eggs, right? Let's say you have a chicken. Like, let's say you have.
You're
chicken
still seeing her
who's
as a
No,
commodity.
but let's
You're
say-
still commodifying her, regardless if it's a backyard egg.
But this world commodifies
Wait,
everything.
one at a time.
We don't have to.
Commodifies everything.
I
So
want to go back to the human milk.
One at a time.
Human milk, cow milk. Even if you did not use human milk and you said Dipali, what about like using yak's milk or like some other mammal's
The
milk?
same thing, it's
no,
wrong. No,
Exactly.
I wanna understand
What I'm
it,
trying to say is that it is we're not used to that taste, right? Even sheep's and goat's milk, for example, cheese that comes from goat. I've tried giving my kids like goat's sheep, feta cheese, the milk that it comes from. They don't like that because they're not used to. So it's about having that taste develop. So we are all.
The fuck is she talking about? Like they're talking about the ethical issue with exploiting an animal for like milk or something, and then she's like, well, my kids don't like goat cheese. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Used to cow's milk taste, right?
Yeah, wait, the
And
point
cheese-
I was
yeah,
my
the
point with the human hypothetical, it wasn't to justify doing that to humans. No, it was
Yeah.
to try to point out that there's no morally significant difference between animals and us that we justify doing that to them.
Yes.
Like I'm against any kind of exploitation of any animal. Sentient being.
What I said was I would be fine with doing that. I don't think animals and humans are equal.
Okay, so then the question is this name.
Richard Burgess, big poopy donated $2. Avi is in this documentary made by Lauren Southern about Ozempic and is kind of the only good part about it. The other guy she interviewed is literally retarded. Please react.
Over the
What's her overall stance on Ozempic? Is she basically in favor of it?
last few years, our health has been the top concern for every government around the world. We were locked indoors, kept from dying family members, weddings, and births, ignored, and at worst, maliciously encouraged by the American government. The fact that we now have millions of people who can't even walk around without the assistance of a mobile scooter is far more of a public health crisis than COVID or the opioid epidemic ever were. But unlike a deadly virus that can be prevented with a vaccine, or so they say, obesity as a problem on the face of it seems like a hell of a lot more difficult task to tackle. all the traditional routes, changing your diet, exercising, these things require a ton of time and willpower, whereas modern methods like gastric band surgeries are expensive, risky, and impossible to perform on every single obese person on the planet. However, a new scientific solution that is fast, effective, and seemingly safe has put on its cape and flown in to save the
The only problem right now is it's extremely expensive. It's, I think on average, like $1,000 a month for a single person.
Unfortunately, we don't live in a fantasy land, and yet we still decided to use that basic recipe for almost all of our modern food supply, which has resulted in an obesity crisis that nobody can ignore. Avi Bitterman is a medical doctor based in New York who has been studying nutrition for over a decade, publishing multiple works in peer-reviewed journals on the subject. And he, like many others, sees the root of our problem in our food.
A hyperpalatable food is a food that is designed to create a very strong, rewarding stimulus upon being eaten. It's also very calorically dense, typically, so it encourages a lot of caloric consumption, and it's very, very addictive. And the way they do it are several different ways. There's several different types of hypercaloric foods. The first way is a combination of fat and salt. Another thing you may notice is a combination of carbohydrate and fat. Another way to do it is a combination of sugar and fat, sugar, fat, and salt. But in any case, it's not any of the particular macronutrients individually. It's a specific combination.
Walnuts are my favorite nut, but they make my tongue really sore. If it's an allergy, why am I able to eat them and have no problems otherwise?
I have no idea. I've never heard of anybody getting a sore tongue from eating walnuts. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Thanks for the donation, though, Non-Wib.
Of them in proportions and concentrations that you would not get naturally. And it's done its job. It's what it's designed to do. It's designed to be addictive. It's designed to be very, very stimulating. And if you think about your foods that are weakness foods, and just take any of them off the top. French fries, right? These are the foods that are just going to be, you're going to eat the whole box.
Richard Burgess, Big Poopy, donated $2. Lauren, another guy, she interviewed, are both conspiracy-minded about Big Pharma, like typical American conservatives. Not really a position, to be honest, just vague claims about being skeptical about big corporations and preaching personal responsibility. Like, I just do not understand how anybody could have a problem with a drug like Ozempic. It just makes it easier to eat less. How is that a fucking problem? Thanks for the donation, though, Richard.
You're not going to stop eating until you feel terrible about yourself. French fries. What are French fries? French fries are carbohydrates, but it's not just carbohydrates. That wouldn't be enough. They have to also deep fry them in oil. So you have carbohydrates and now fat. But that's not good enough. Now you have to salt them to make them extra tasty. If you think about popcorn should just be carbs, right? It's just corn. That's what it should just be. But no, it's not. These days, what you have is popcorn with either butter or canola oils as a butter replacement. And when you go to the movie theaters and you put that butter on your popcorn, that's not what you're doing. You're not putting butter on your popcorn. You're putting extra butter on your popcorn. You can't even get the popcorn anymore without the butter or canola oil butter replacement. And of course, that's not enough because you got to salt the popcorn as well. So they come salted. It's hard. Can you even get them not salted? You can do this for any food you find a weakness food. Cake, carbs, not just carbs though, but fat as well. Cookies, same story.
Bars and even normal staples of food like bread or cheese that have been pumped full of preservatives, additives, corn syrup, and all that other good stuff, which the American government seems happy to allow people to keep consuming to their fatty heart's content. Even if it has literal cancer-inducing poison in it, like potassium bromate, banned in most countries but found in everyday American loaves. It seriously makes you wonder whether the FDA...
I have no idea if that actually causes cancer or not, or if that's a typical additive to bread.
Is asleep at the wheel, or if there is something more sinister going on here. Author and alternative diet advocate, raw egg nationalist, who prefers to be anonymous given his ardent criticism of current Western regimes, feels it is critical the public know the real history of our food and our health.
I think that there is a problem in the US, which is that regulators, the FDA, are in bed with big business. There's no independence. There are huge conflicts of interest that are present between regulators and corporations. And fundamentally, what it means is that there's an attitude of safe until proven otherwise. Basically, I've written about this. I wrote an essay for the Epoch Times newspaper a little while ago about this attitude that we have, safe until proven otherwise. Whereas I think fundamentally we ought to be of the opinion that any kind of innovation in the food supply has the potential, any kind of novel ingredient.
I mean, if there's no particular reason for why you'd think something's dangerous, I don't know why you'd be overly precautious.
Has the potential to cause harm until we understand otherwise. We've pushed on ahead, introducing huge quantities of novel ingredients into the food supply, and actually the truth is that not food is nuking the gut microbes of young children and causing them.
Oh, here we go. This is just some quack shit. We don't really know much about the gut microbiome, and whenever people say, oh, these food additives are destroying our gut microbiome, like, what's the evidence for this? What does that mean?
To have autism. There are all sorts of studies.
Okay, so now he's saying fucking food additives cause autism. Please provide the evidence.
That are sort of substantiating a link between the composition of bacteria in the gut and symptoms of autism and ADHD and other mental
no evidence whatsoever.
Chronic mental diseases. And so we've
of too many of us.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say they're as addictive. Depends which drug you're talking about, but I wouldn't go say if they're as addictive as crack cocaine. I wouldn't go as far as saying they're addictive to heroin, but they do provide a reward system. They do initiate a dopamine response. And so yes, they will be, there is an addiction there. It's not an addiction in the sense that you're going to go through these physical withdrawal symptoms, but it's addictive in the sense that you are going to come back for more. The differences are you're not going to go into a potential death state if you like withdrawing from alcohol or something where you can get into seizures. So you're not going to have physical symptoms, but it's addictive enough such that you are going to come back for more. You're going to keep consuming.
And this is the true crux of the problem. Not only do we seem to exist in a society that prides ourselves on sloth, 2 deadly sins for the price of 1, where fat acceptance is the name of the day, and it's a societal death sentence to suggest that someone put down that extra strawberry donut, but even for those who want
85% of the population. And while yes, it's true that the reason people are obese is just because of the foods they're eating, and if they just had the willpower, they would drop the weight and they wouldn't be obese. That's completely true. That's not enough. Telling people that is just not going to be enough. They're not going to do that. Most people don't have the willpower, not in this environment. So yes, it's very easy to have the 5% that have succeeded and kept the weight off to tell the 95% that, well, this is just what you need to do. And if you did it, you would succeed. That's true, but they just don't have that willpower.
In 2012, this Danish multinational pharmaceutical released semaglutide to the world. In 2017, it received approval to treat diabetes by the FDA as Ozempic, and 2 years ago, received permission to treat obesity as Wegovy.
Ozempic is a GLP-1 agonist. It's a glucagon-like peptide agonist that is a hormone in the body that regulates the emptying of the stomach. It also regulates one's appetite. The way that medicine works is it creates a situation where it's activating the receptors for glucagon-like peptide 1, and what that does is it delays gastric emptying, so when you eat, you're more full, and it also decreases your appetite. So it does a couple things. For people in this environment, it's really like wearing a gas mask in an air of poisonous cloud. It's taking a person and immunizing them to the hyperpalatable environment. For most people, that is probably what they need.
For those who simply cannot muster the willpower to avoid almost every single colorful item that's staring them down at the grocery store, or for those who are almost physically incapable of exercising normally due to their weight, these types of drugs may just be a lifesaver.
That's where these medications, whether it's Ozempic or Mounjaro or any new GLP-1 that's coming out, that's where they come in, because it either gives them the willpower, really it makes them not need the willpower because they don't have the desire to overconsume anymore. My view on these medications is that they are, right now, we have the solution to the obesity epidemic. We have it. My concern is we won't use it.
Between December last year and May, prescriptions for Wegovy jumped up by 619%, an absolutely insane number, suggesting so many Americans were willing to try something new to save their health. However, the solution from the science TM is not without detractors like Ren, who have serious concerns about the path we're headed on.
Oh, here we go.
And these other fat loss drugs, these GLP-1.
Who the fuck is this guy, Raw Egg Nationalist? Is this guy even a fucking doctor?
Agonists, things like liraglutide, and other similar drugs. I think fundamentally what they represent is a very, very dangerous precedent, because what people are doing.
Okay, this idea is fucking stupid. Oh, these weight loss drugs are so dangerous, we have to rely on them. You could either have a population of very sickly, obese people, or you could put them on a medication that makes them lose weight and be healthier. What is the downside?
Is essentially signing over their ability to manage their own weight to the medical industry. And the medical industry...
They can't manage their own weight. It's so stupid. Why? Just get the willpower. Okay, that doesn't solve the obesity problem.
Do you find that pea protein makes you fart your ass off? It seems to give me serious indigestion and gurgling. Like those Lenny and Larry cookies are basically fart cookies.
If I have more than 3 Lenny and Larry's cookies at once, I will have diarrhea. I don't know why those cookies make me have diarrhea like that. If I have pea protein, though, I don't get indigestion or diarrhea or stomach upset from just eating pea protein. If you do have that issue, then just don't take pea protein, have soy protein or something. But I don't have that personally. Thanks for the donation, Pro Vegan.
If you couldn't tell already, has an enormous outsized influence over the way that we live. And do we want to sign away yet more of our independence and our self-control and our responsibility to...
This is idiotic. How are you signing away more of your independence and responsibilities? You can either be obese or not obese.
Conservatives are so fucking retarded. They're going to end up being all prissy and whiny about taking weight loss drugs cause Moo government is coercing them lol. There's Republicans in my state pushing to subsidize Ozempic and distribute it to fat people.
Most Republican lawmakers that I've seen seem to be very much in favor of Ozempic and other GLP-1 agonist drugs. And they seem to be pushing for their... They seem to be pushing to make generic versions of the drug to make it more affordable for most people. So, yeah, although you have these fucktard conservatives who are like, oh, but the government and fucking big pharma, like, it's not even an argument. They're basically saying, oh, just use willpower. Like, okay, well, have fun with that. That's not going to do anything for the obesity epidemic by telling people to use their willpower. Like, again, this has been tested in randomized trials. Willpower versus Ozempic wins. So, like, these people are just stupid and unhinged. But yeah, most Republicans that I've seen seem to very much be in favor of these weight loss drugs. Thanks for the donation, Caleb.
The medical industry. And I mean, what they're doing, if you actually look at the way that they're advertising and marketing these drugs, they're saying you're not responsible for being overweight. It's not your fault. There's nothing that you can do about it.
About 80% of obesity is predictable with your genetic makeup. So the idea that, oh, everybody is responsible for their weight and everything, like, that whole idea doesn't really... It's not really supported by evidence when 80% of obesity can be predicted with your genetic makeup. Clearly, humans have a...
I definitely have an eating disorder, probably binge eating disorder, and it's pretty much completely gone now that I've been on ADHD meds for a while.
All right, well, that's good to hear. Thanks for the donation, Dreamsation. So, what the fuck was I even saying? Yeah, human beings clearly have a propensity towards obesity. And if we can modify our, like, you know, genetic expression in some way by just using these drugs, then why the fuck wouldn't you?
Tried all of these diets, you've tried exercise, you're still fat. Well, it's your genes. It's your genes, and it's the world we live in. And so actually,
like again, this is just a fact. 80% of obesity can be predicted with your genetic makeup. So, like, you can spout all this bullshit like, oh, it's your genes though, that's just a cope. Well, guess what? It has that level of predictability. So this is just a cope for the reality that they want to live in a world where the only reason anybody has a fucking issue with their weight is because they're weak and they need more willpower, but that's not the world we fucking live in.
You just need to take this drug. You need to take this injection or these pills, and then you'll be able to manage your weight. And of course, what that means fundamentally is, again, as I say, we're not addressing the root cause of obesity and chronic illness.
The root cause of obesity is your genes. These people have a genetic makeup that make them prone to overeating, and particularly overeating certain foods. So that's what the root cause is.
Which is that we are living at variance with our nature. It suits these...
Like what I don't understand, too, with these conservatives, oh, I believe in free market capitalism. We should be able to, like, do whatever the fuck we want. Libertarianism, all this shit. But then they're like, oh, we shouldn't have these foods on the market. So are they in favor of, like, banning processed foods? Are they going to say, okay, let's ban processed sugar, let's ban French fries, potato chips, sugary drinks? Like, are they going to say that?
Medical companies very, very well to offer ad hoc treatments rather than a fundamental solution to the problem. That's the way the medical industry works. The medical industry works not by curing the problem, or the problem.
Guess what? If there was some sort of technology we could use, like CRISPR, that would change somebody's genetic makeup to, like, alter the way their hunger hormones signal appetite, that drug would be on the market. And I'm sure there's research into that sort of thing right now. But it just doesn't exist yet. I can guarantee you sometime in the future, there will be another drug that you can inject once, and it will completely change your appetite, like, indefinitely. The idea that, oh, the only reason they've made this drug the way it is right now is because they can keep selling it, like, that's just bullshit.
But by offering an ad hoc treatment.
On the face of it, Ren and others who are critical of Big Pharma and the idea of just pushing drugs on everyone as the first solution to problems seem to have a point. Cui bono? Who
They do not have a point.
benefits off the drastic? We not also risk shifting from one master to another, from weaponized food to weaponized medicine?
People have turned to these diets because they see a failure. Not completely unjustifiable. A failure in the food system in their country. They see a failure of the government to act on it, and they see a failure of modern medicine to deal with it. Which is true. All three of these things have happened. We have failed to keep our populace healthy. And so they turn to something that they feel that they can fix the problem and find a common enemy and bond together. And so this is where the cult mentality starts to come in. It's not just a diet. There are certain components of these diets that have become movements. And these movements share a lot of similarities with religious cults.
Well, I hear a lot of people say that there isn't any other way. There's no other way than the Ozempic.
Okay. Could be only $2. This is kind of gonna snap his shit. I feel like this guy. Yeah, there we go. I knew it. It's really, really fucking stupid to do dips with that much weight. It's just way too much pressure on your sternum and on your like pec tendon. I knew he was gonna snap his shit. Let's see if we can hear the crunch. Yeah, wow. I love how it's audible. Like, you can actually hear the snap. What a dummy. Like, why even use that much weight for something like dips? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, that immediately bruised, too. That has to be a really bad tear. Well, there you go. Thanks for the donation, Kid Boo.
In the trade now, right? The question is this: what's true of animals that if it was true of us would make you have that same attitude towards the humans? Like, what is the morally significant difference?
Animals have different senses, right? There are 5 different senses.
I mean, you just said.
I'm asking him specifically. I want to know his response.
But you just said plants don't have senses. See, we believe plants are sentient, and you think they're not.
I believe they're not. Because like as I understand it, I study psychology. Yes, neuropsychology understand it.
Yeah.
Consciousness is a emergent property of brains, right?
Right, but I could give you scientific studies and religious studies that say plants are sentient. And so basically,
there's no such thing as a religious study.
And you could be right.
There is not one single study ever indicating that plants are sentient.
Too much.
You could be right. Everything could be
instead of
conscious.
having 5
You're
carrots,
right.
if you can get by on 3 carrots, that's better because you're doing less violence, right?
Yeah, but panpsychism could be true, but still, to go back to the question, like you would be against exploiting humans, like intellectually disabled humans, presumably. You say because we're different than animals. Then my question is this:
well, intellectually disabled humans, again, it's like, what's their level of consciousness? If they barely know what's happening to them.
Let's say they have equal levels of consciousness as pigs. Right.
But if you're intellectually disabled, let's say you have an IQ of 20, you're technically classified as a moron or an idiot. That's what the classification is. They barely know what's going on. right? You
Does
can't
that
say,
justify
you can't say all human beings have the same level of consciousness.
No,
We
but,
have different
but
levels.
would you be in favor of
I mean,
exploiting?
the average Puerto Rican eats a lot of meat. They have a lower level of consciousness than most vegetarians do, right? Because that's the
I
regular.
agree with that. Yeah. but would you be in favor of exploiting so-called morons for milk?
Saying I'm not in favor of it.
Then why be in favor of the animal context? I've still not seen the difference.
You're using the word exploit. The example of the cow in the backyard and the extra milk that the calf doesn't drink and use, I wouldn't call that exploitation. So if it happened to be a human...
how...
Like, again, if you were to breed people that were bred to produce excess milk, how would that not also be exploitative?
How do you define exploitation?
No,
How
but
would you define
you're feeding the cow, you're taking care of the cow.
Exploitation has to be some sort of harm or detriment to the thing you're doing it to.
Not necessarily. For like exploitation, to me, I see it like as rights violations. For example, violating a right to freedom, for example, or violating.
Imagine you let that cow go and it stayed
or
in
using some.
Tip Top donated $3. Let me see.
Well, that was fucking scary. Dear. I'm uninjured. I'm uninjured. Let me.
Not sorry.
Okay, no anger. No anger. Let's just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's just take this calmly.
That looked pretty retarded. So, this idiot decided to drive in the wrong lane. Yeah. That's funny. That was a complete rollover. Thanks for the donation, Tip Top. That was quite polite.
Using someone as a means rather than an end, that I would see that sort of thing as an
in even 50, 80 years before in India, what we did was, what our families did was, they would have several cows in the backyard, right? Cows and buffaloes. And what they would do is, naturally, they would let the cow become pregnant. They would take the surplus milk after the little calf had drank.
What
and
do you
that,
see as the issue
then
with
whatever
that?
that milk is
the males
left,
were used for farming and stuff,
males were used for farming, and the females were. So once that female is done, now, but my family needs milk every day, right? But the female cow is only pregnant for, let's say, 2 months in a year. So what they do is, because there's several cows, they would go to the next cow, and they would let this cow
Exactly,
rest.
more exploitation.
They would
But
let
what do you see
this
as
cow
the
rest.
exploitation with that case?
They would
What-
leave
so-
that cow rest, and then they would go to
it's
the next.
Like, she's just explaining how the dairy industry works. This has nothing to do with arguing against it being exploitative. She's just explaining how they're being exploited. Bend over, no need tellers. Common Sense Skeptic came out with a new video regarding Elon Musk. Yeah, I think I was watching a little bit of this earlier. I think he's asking for more voting rights within the company, even though he doesn't own enough of the shares. We'll react to that later. Thanks for the donation, Ben. Mike donated $2. Let me see. Is this gonna fucking load? I don't know why this isn't loading. Oh. The photo is not available in my country for some reason. Thanks for the donation though, Mike. Look at this cat. Do you guys see this cat? This is a good cat. Look at this cat. See? It's a good cat. It's BMO.
The fact of like using sentient beings, like seeing this as means rather than as like basically treating them as like objects, basically.
A milking machine.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you use paper?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know how many millions and trillions of insects are killed when they make paper? we're using everything we do in this world is violence. My friend. When we're walking, when you walk home, when you drive home, you're going to be killing insects and bugs.
Yeah.
I mean,
which I don't see as necessarily bad.
why?
No,
Insects.
but
See, for us, insects are
insects
like
are-
I will never step on an ant or hurt a fly or
Yeah,
a mosquito.
most insects.
No, if there's a mosquito on me, I will not kill it. I will brush it off carefully.
Like this morning,
What kind of fucking retard?
How well can genetics predict IQ? Real question.
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into that. IQ is very heritable, though. If you have smart parents, you're much more likely to be smart yourself. But I don't know if there are strong genetic predictors for IQ right now. So I'm not sure. Thanks for the donation, though, CLJ. What kind of fucking retard is worried about harming mosquitoes?
Most insects are carnivorous, so they're gonna.
Like, by the way, this guy is fine with supporting the dairy industry that's torturing and killing cows, but he tries to prevent killing mosquitoes. Like, what the fuck?
End up murdering a bunch of other animals anyway.
No, they can't murder. See, if
But
God,
kill.
no, if God makes so, do you think lions and tigers are evil? Because they
Are you a lion?
I wouldn't say they're. I wouldn't say
that's how they were made.
I wouldn't say they're
We're not
evil.
lions,
I would.
we're-
Never mind. I guess I had a mild allergy that is worse now. My tummy hurts. Rip my favorite nut.
I guess that's too bad, non-wib. Maybe you can find enjoyment in other nuts. Thanks for the donation, though.
Say they're innocent because they're not moral agents.
But same mosquitoes.
But obviously what they're doing is wrong.
So do you kill insects? If you have a mosquito on your hand right now, and if it was biting you,
Of course, I would defend my bodily autonomy.
so you
Yes.
wouldn't hit it,
But you
kill
don't
it,
have to
or would
defend
you?
yourself. You could also blow it
just
up.
blow it up.
There was no need to.
Yeah, but what about? Okay, so a couple of things there. Mosquitoes.
Sir, it's a fucking mosquito.
I see it as like blood-sucking beings that harm others, right? So if I don't listen myself,
You know that saying shit in one hand and hope in another, see which fills up first? Well, I really had to go and now I have all this poop I can't eat all to myself. So do you want any of this sweet brown butter? Did I take it too literally? Help.
No, I'm not in the mood for any poop right now. I've already eaten pizza, so not hungry. Thanks for the donation, though. Babies belong in blenders.
Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point?
but it still has
No,
the
but can I
right to
finish my
live,
point?
right?
Can
But
I
it's
finish my
still-
point?
yes,
Yeah, but the problem is that they could harm others. They could end up giving a disease to a kid and murder the kid or something like that.
What about a cow? Does a cow?
Maybe that my definition of murder is not the same.
Sorry, the religion we come from is called Jainism. Sometimes when you have time,
Yeah, I've
read
heard-
about it.
I've heard
okay?
Jainism,
It's
yeah.
very close to Buddhism.
If you're a fucking Jain, then how the fuck do you justify consuming dairy and being vegetarian? Even though they're acknowledging that it causes harm. Like, they're just hypocrites.
But Jainism, remember I told you live and let live others. So
You're not letting live.
It's the principle of ahimsa, right? Non-violence, right?
But see,
Ahimsa,
if we can
non-violence.
avoid it, I won't walk in the grass.
Yes.
I always go around the
Because grass also
because
has
I don't want to
life,
harm.
you know?
Because the grass also has.
but,
There's bugs.
okay, there are
Why
bugs.
step on them for
no,
no
no.
reason?
If
but
you
there
can
are-
avoid it, you can go around and go on the sidewalk.
You
then do
know,
that.
Fuck you, nigger. Get a haircut, nigger. Bitter ass blood having ass nigger.
I do have to cut my hair. I might do that tomorrow. Thanks for the donation, Mosquito. Dutchy, you donated $2. You've turned Super Saiyan for the first time. What song will be playing as the theme for your transformation? Maybe, Blood and Guts. Yeah, I think that would work. Thanks for the donation, though, Dutchy. Kid Boo, donate tillers. Why the fuck do chicks dress like this to the gym? POV, you're admiring your gains, but so is the random guy walking past the room. Yeah, obviously.
Watching vegans debate dipshits on the streets makes me annoyed. It gives me a headache listening to people come up with dumbass arguments like plants are sentient. Also, what is your least fav veggie and fruit?
There are some absolutely disgusting fruits that I have never tried, but out of the fruits that I have eaten, durian has to be the absolute most horrific fruit I've ever eaten. It tastes like a combination between onions, garlic, and gasoline. Durian's just fucking disgusting. Least favorite vegetable? Again, out of the vegetables I've tried, it has to be spinach. Fucking hate spinach. Just tastes bitter and gross. And yeah, listening to these types of idiots also pisses me off. Thanks for the donation, Fohammer. Really? Really? She... A guy literally just walks by and glances at her, and she's like, he looked at me! Like she's looking at her own ass in the mirror. Like... Bruh. Yeah, women, dude.
Anytime I see Frank, it reminds of that time your mom sucked me off in the hotel. I know that made you jealous.
Well, thanks for the donation, Richard Got Cucked. Appreciate it.
But now you guys are being like bugs activists, but well at the same time you pay for sexual exploitation of cows, which is insane.
Yes, we're not paying. We're not willfully doing that.
Yes.
As I told you from the beginning.
You absolutely are willfully doing that. If this guy can make the conscious decision to avoid walking on grass or not killing mosquitoes, I don't know why you can't make the conscious decision to not consume dairy.
Beginning, we are weak, we're human beings, and we're doing the best we can.
That clearly isn't the best you can.
Not for the animal.
But see, we think you're walking on the grass, you're killing bugs, you're swatting
but
mosquitoes.
I personally don't see that.
What did the cow do to you? At least the mosquito is trying.
Like, at this point, I would just end the debate. These people are fucking massive hypocrites, and they lack moral character. They're basically acknowledging what they're doing is wrong, but they're just refusing to, act upon their own moral values.
To harm me, the cow is not trying
to harm you. The mosquito's trying to live.
It has no intent to.
But is the cow trying to live by harming you?
God made the mosquito to suck your blood.
Can I ask you? Can
I? 1 minute. Let's go here. Let's finish this meeting with something you learn and we learn, because we are both. I think we want to do good, right?
It is interesting. We're having fun, right? We're having fun.
So I wanna. We are
That's
having
what it's
fun.
all about, right?
No, we are having fun.
You guys are brave to be
we are
doing
having
this,
very
and
good.
I admire what you're doing.
You guys are not brave enough.
No, but what I want to tell you
for those victims,
when you say those things, when you say those things,
it
doesn't affect us, and it just makes vegans and animal activists look bad.
The thing is,
we're speaking up for the animals.
If you want to convert people,
so you're saying
that's not the way to do it.
So now, you're doing activism the wrong way. Okay, yeah. Now these people are fucking experts on animal rights activism suddenly.
So imagine
I've done this for 20 years. I've been out there giving out leaflets.
That's an empirical question, by the way. That's an empirical question. We don't know what style of advocacy works better. We don't have any
people
evidence
don't like vegans and animal activists. Let me tell you that much. Okay.
Maybe you don't.
No,
I do.
I have stood out there giving out leaflets.
I know people who do.
Sorry, I want to tell you one thing. So there are 5 senses in a being. Okay, different. Like there is 1 sense being, 2 sense being, 3 sense being, 4 sense being, and 5 sense being. Humans, cows, These bigger mammals are 5 sense beings, okay? And there are smaller beings. But in Jainism, the religion we come from, even 1 sense being, you have to let them live. So forget about mosquito. You're like, okay, the mosquito is biting me. It's going to go and bite a kid, and then the kid will.
Why is she saying this and then acknowledging she's committing wrongdoing by consuming dairy? Like, why are they still standing here arguing? Like, if you agree that what you're doing is wrong, then why are you fucking arguing? Like, these people are just, like, it's like they're narcissists or something. Like, they just have to fucking force other people to just accept the bullshit they're doing. Patiala donated $2. I love Jains, even though they're not completely vegan. They're by far the most committed to nonviolence against animals and humans. They're basically pacifists. Go Jainism. I hate Jains. They're fucking disgusting scumbags. They are pacifists, and pacifism is the most violence-promoting philosophical standpoint you can possibly have. They're the type of fucking assholes to do nothing when, like, Jews are being holocausted. This is the same community of fucking people that birthed, like, you know, assholes like Gandhi, who said fucking Jews should commit mass suicide to protest the Holocaust. They're fucking scumbags. Jains are fucking idiots. Thanks for the donation, Patiala. Dodo donated $2. Can you give your thoughts? Okay, this is a 10-minute video. Maybe I'll watch it. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
That lady is very cringe and dumb stupid. Holy shit, leave, this is embarrassing.
Well, yeah, like, there's no argument at this point. They're acknowledging they're doing something wrong, but, like, they're trying to force this guy to just accept what they're doing for some reason. It makes no sense. Thanks for the donation, man.
Hey, Brittany.
Hi.
Yes, I'm so sorry. My name's Rosie. I'm just joining the call. Nice to meet you. I'm on the HR team.
Act 23 performance. This is where you have not met Cloudflare expectations for performance. We've decided to part ways with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Sure.
So I started August 25th. I've been on a 3-month ramp, and then it was 3 weeks of December, and then a week of Christmas, and then here we are. I have had the highest activity amongst my team. Since I've started, I have had 3 contracts out, done a really great job managing my deals up until the very end that decided not to close last minute. So I don't think that makes a lot of sense for me in my Cloudflare journey here so far. Also, every single one-on-one I've had with my manager, every conversation I've had with him, he has been giving me nothing but I am doing a great job, I have had great activity, I have really great meetings, I'm picking up the products very quickly, and things have been going really, really well. I make really great relationships with my clients. So I disagree that my performance hasn't been, I haven't met performance expectations when I certainly have, just because I haven't closed anything officially.
I hear you.
Also, why are you doing this and not my manager? Not, we've never met, so this seems a little odd that my manager has no idea that this is
That's normal for companies to have people deal with firings
happening, and the director has no idea that this has been happening. So I'm just definitely confused, and I would love like an explanation that makes sense.
100%. Real quick, let me carve out the 2 threads. The ladder of why I'm on this conversation, I'll put that one to the second half, and Rosie might be better to explain the process of who's giving this information in the prior piece, which is your feedback and notes about your performance. So let me add a little color context to that. So just for clarification, you are not being singled out in this. Your peers are also being collectively assessed on performance. This is a collective calibration for Cloudflare. So I just want to clarify that piece. I won't be able to add any kind of specifics on numbers or...
Wait, yeah, no, can you explain for me why Brittany Peach is getting let go?
I won't be able to go into specifics for numbers.
Wait, why though? I just started, I've been working extremely hard. Just because I haven't closed anything that has nothing to do with my performance on a 3-month ramp with just 1 month with 2 major holidays in the middle, I don't think that has anything to do with why I should be let go, if that makes sense. So I really need an answer and an explanation as to why Brittany Peach is getting let go, not why Cloudflare decided to hire too many people and are now actually realizing that they can't
Did she just refer to herself in the third person?
afford this many people and they're letting that go. If that's the real answer, I would rather just you tell me that.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why is she talking about herself in the third person?
Instead of making up some bullshit and telling me that right before I lose my job from someone that I've never met before. If you can respect that.
Yeah, I can totally respect that. And I don't think Dom or myself today is going to give you any clarity or answers that's going to meet the expectations that you're communicating to us, Brittany. So I can't speak to...
So am I getting let go for no reason? If you guys can't give me a reason?
I'm happy to follow up with you separately to give you the data that was calibrated. I'll need to speak with revenue leadership specifically to see if we can get that for you. But Dom and
Can
I
you
did
share
not
that
have
with me
that
now?
in our meeting. I cannot share that with you right now, unfortunately. Yeah, it's understandable how you feel and your frustration. Cannot stress that enough.
I have been working extremely hard. I just knew that this meeting was coming after knowing what's been happening with my peers and how extremely frustrated and upset everyone is. I know you guys must not be able to understand that given in the positions that you are in, and it must be very easy for you to just have these little 10-minute, 15-minute meetings, tell someone that they're fired, completely wreck their whole life, and then that's it with no explanation. That's extremely traumatizing for people, if you can imagine that. And I don't...
Oh boy.
I don't think that this is... It's just very, very shocking. Very, very shocking. I have really given my whole energy and life over the last 4 months to this job. And to be let go for no reason is like a huge slap in the face from a company that I really wanted to believe in.
I can absolutely understand how you feel that way, why you feel that way. And I'll be honest with you, there's nothing that we're going to say in this call and the time that we have that's going to undo the way that you feel right in this moment. I personally will do everything that I can to give you as much specific information as I can after this call. I can't make any promises. I understand where you're coming from. I can tell you that Dom and I do care.
Hi Richard. Context: Vitaly wanted autographs from Neon's GF, the glasses guy, and his GF is an OnlyFans girl. Vitaly brought the naughty pics to be signed in public LMFAO.
You're a f***ing Indian king dick. Come on, let me suck your f***ing dick, bro. Yeah, what's up? What's up, my boy? You hurt?
What are you doing here?
Oh, bro. Alright, well, come here, look at this.
Yeah.
I came here to get Sam's signatures.
Oh my god.
Yo, whoa!
Fool. You're a fool. Yo, you're crazy. You're crazy.
You know that. Oh, hey, check this out. I came to get Sam's signatures. Let's go. We got here. Let me ask the chat. Chat, which picture should I do? 1, 2, and 3. Which picture do I do now? Just an autograph?
Chat, you know who this is.
What's wrong with you?
What's up?
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Nothing. I wanted to get an autograph.
Do you have a problem?
No, 2 + 2 is 4.
Do you want to start a fucking problem?
You know what's crazy? You're a grown-ass man doing this.
Oh yeah, so what? You're a fucking Indian too.
If somebody came up to me wanting an autograph of my OnlyFans pics, I wouldn't really think much of it.
You're
Doesn't
an
matter.
Indian twink,
Doesn't
bro.
matter. Doesn't
You're a
matter.
Indian
Suck my
twink dick. Come on, let me suck your fucking dick, bro. Yeah, what's up? What's up, my boy? I'm not gonna touch your boy.
I'm 19 years old. You're a
I wanted your autograph. I'm a
Oh, here we go. I'm only 19.
fan, bro. I want to get an autograph, bro. What the fuck did I do? You're hurt. You're hurt. I wanted an autograph, bro. Bro, her spit is actually hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, that was retarded. Thanks for that donation, CDG.
I understand the feeling that you have right now, and I can't change that. So I'll just be honest.
But why can't, but you guys have still not given me a reason why I'm being let go. Despite constant positive praise from my manager, great meetings that I'm having, the amount of activity that I have has all been positive. I have not received any negative inclination. I have not been put on a performance improvement plan, nothing. So.
And I cannot speak to what your manager has communicated to you directly.
But that
You
should
are
be
being
the
let go
indication
for
of.
For performance based on your attainment and leading.
How was your doctor appointment? You doing good?
The doctor's appointment went well. She thinks I might have bipolar disorder, but wasn't able to make a definite diagnosis. I'm gonna have some follow-up appointments, and she might be able to make some other determinations, and she's not ruling out schizophrenia either. Thanks for that donation, though, CDG.
Indicators of data. That is the rationale.
But I've been here for only a month after ramping, and that was during a holiday. So I don't understand what those. Can you explain what those performance metrics are, or is that just like a vague term to give to everyone that you're speaking to today?
I'll say that the performance indicators and performance metrics are, while they are, we're not able to go into specifics, and there's no situation where we will be able to go into
Do you guys
specifics.
even know? Do you guys even know, like, why, like, who you're talking to each day? Like, every single 10, 15 minutes, do you guys even know who you're talking to? Like, why you're letting these people go when you don't even understand, like, the kind of work and everything that they've put in?
I hear you and what you're saying.
It just doesn't make any sense that you guys have still not been able to give me a reason why I'm being let go.
Just from a process perspective, your questions are valid. This isn't going to be the forum and the situation where we're able to go into the detail that you're looking for.
But then when? If it's not right as I'm getting fired, then it's certainly not going to be after when I'm no longer part of the company.
No. So I don't think there's anything we can say in this moment or today, Brittany. I do get into more of the specifics of what the next steps are.
Okay.
Thank you, experience and
That was awfully dramatic. I think that girl's just entitled.
Will die of malaria. Forget about it. There are hundreds.
She's only worked there for like 6 months, like bitch, just get another job, Lamau.
No, I think it was only 4 months. So, not even half a year. And she's like freaking out. It's just like, whatever. You sucked at the job. Get over it. Thanks for that donation, though, Fohammer.
Hundreds and thousands of bugs in that grass, right? And on top of that, the grass is alive. So what we believe is the plants are alive. So, with our gods, we don't even take prayers, flowers, and things like that because, in Hinduism, I don't know if you know, we don't cut flowers because we don't want to harm
the monks.
plant.
Our monks wear something on their mouth, so they don't even disturb insects around them.
Because
That's how far
how
they
when
take
we are
nonviolence.
talking right now, there is the warm air coming out, and there are millions of.
So, I'm still not hearing a justification of why they think it's okay to exploit and kill cows.
Microorganisms around our mouth that are
So we
actually
take it
dying.
to a real extreme.
Wait, you guys, by the way, I have a
extreme
question.
thing.
Just curiosity about Jainism. I want to learn a little bit.
Yeah, he shouldn't let them. So they're kind of leading him down like this irrelevant tangent. They've already admitted that consuming dairy is wrong, and the only explanation they've given is, "Oh, we're not perfect, but oh, we don't try to walk on grass and we don't cut flowers and all this fucking bullshit. Just you've already got an admission that what they're doing is wrong. So you should just press them on that. Just like ask them, if you put all this fucking effort into not walking on grass, not harming mosquitoes, not cutting flowers and doing all this bullshit, why the fuck can't you just not eat
So
dairy?
many dumbass tech companies overhire. Mine did it, but they are just pushing stupid policies to make people quit voluntarily instead of laying us off.
Yeah, I think especially after a lot of these big tech companies have like overspent on like these business spaces that they can't afford to rent out anymore, there's a lot of layoffs. But thanks for the donation, non-Wib.
Like ahimsa.
I think they do that so that they don't have to give you like a severance too. They try to just make you quit.
You give against killing anybody.
Anything.
Non-violence in thought, word, and deed.
But
Yes.
can I ask you something?
Even
Is this your son?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's say like a crocodile appear out of nowhere and it was gonna kill your son, and you
Yeah.
had a gun. You could shoot the crocodile,
Yes.
would you?
You know why? Because I'm weak, so I would save my son.
Yes.
But if he was,
I love that, man.
But you're thinking about the victim. In this case, you're actually thinking about the victim, which is him.
My love for my son is greater than my love for that crocodile. So yes, I would shoot. The
Yeah,
crocodile.
I think you should.
But I would also feel bad about it afterwards.
Yes. And we could.
Dude, are you seriously gonna feel bad for saving your son's life?
Honestly, I would.
No,
I
for
swear to
killing
God.
the crocodile.
For killing the crocodile.
No,
I
for
would
killing
feel
the
bad.
crocodile will feel bad.
Because
Not for killing
the crocodile is doing what's the
Nothing.
crocodile is doing what's in its nature.
Yes,
It's gonna
and
try
he
and eat
just
something.
happened to be in the wrong place. He should not have gone in that river to be in the crocodile's mouth. But he made a mistake, and the crocodile's life has to pay for it because he killed the crocodile.
Let's say he didn't make a mistake. Let's say out of nowhere the crocodile just appeared here,
Yeah,
escaped the circus.
Yeah, so he's getting suckered into some other tangent. He should have just stayed on topic. Like they've already made an admission that what they're doing is wrong, so just stay on that topic.
Or something.
It's our fault.
Will you still kill
But it's
him?
the humans' fault because we're like destroying their habitats. Then they come
the
where
crocodile-
humans are living. All
regardless,
it's all
The
our fault.
crocodile usually should live in a
The
swampland.
crocodile's not doing something wrong. Can you tell the
Humans-
crocodile
humans
not
are
to
bad,
do what
man.
it's
Humans
meant
are the
to
worst.
do?
It's not a moral
Imagine
agent.
some-
By the way, the crocodile is not a moral agent. It doesn't distinguish the good
Exactly.
from right.
So
But you
why-
guys do.
and neither
you guys
neither-
do. So
but
why the
neither-
hell pay for milk?
But
right?
neither is the mosquito. The mosquito's not a moral agent either.
No, of course not.
So then
So
why-
you
but
said
then why kill it,
something.
right?
The
So
same
you-
reason you would
morning-
kill the crocodile.
No, see,
you would
no,
feel
but,
bad about
you know
the
what?
crocodile.
but the crocodile was going to kill my son. The mosquito biting you is not going to kill us. So
Well,
this
it-
Well,
morning,
it
for
could.
example,
Yes.
but this morning,
Exactly.
this morning we were at the airport. We all saw there was a little centipede was crawling, and he was
Like, you're more likely to get killed from a mosquito bite than from a crocodile, statistically speaking.
just in the walkway where somebody would have walked and stepped on that bug. We all saw in the same way. He quickly took out a paper from his bag. I put the paper underneath. We took the centipede. We told the security guard to put it into a plant outside the airport because I was not allowed to go. That is the level of, and I'm not saying I'm the best, okay? There
No,
are
we're
so
definitely not
many
perfect.
people.
Yeah, we're certainly
we every day thrive and we every day talk.
We
the
would agree on this. We would
Yes,
agree on this.
yeah.
You guys are better than most people we talk about here. Okay, you
It's
have
not-
good, you have
it's
good,
not,
good
but
values.
we have so far way to go.
No,
you
but
know?
your values are great. I agree with
Yeah.
with a lot of your values. Not all. I don't know if I take.
Yes.
I don't know if Ahimsa. I'm convinced completely about it, but I like your values, but your actions you gotta align them a little bit more.
Yes, we agree with that.
And
we
get
are not, we are
have
saying-
more strength
Yes,
because
yeah.
weakness is not
I
a
agree.
weakness.
This up
Yes.
again and again
Weakness.
because we've agreed. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyways,
yes.
you're not
No,
gonna
but,
convince us
but
anymore.
what does the agreement mean? Maybe
Well, it's between you and your conscience,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what?
So, but
Yeah.
like any sort of berating is not going to change that.
So, okay,
Right?
I'll
It's
give
a-
you
it's an
one more
argument with me
example.
and
My
myself.
husband 2 years before became vegan, okay?
No, not
he
2
loves
years, like
5-6 years back. Okay, I don't remember. But anyways, one day he told me, he's like, oh, I'm going to become vegan.
Vegetarian.
And I thought he loves
diet.
cheese.
Vegan.
No,
No, we've
vegan.
been vegetarian since
vegan.
birth. We've never
We have
tasted
never
meat.
tasted
Yeah.
meat, okay?
Yeah.
No fish, no eggs, nothing. Vegan.
But I went vegan.
He
Yeah,
told
fully
me he
vegan.
was going to become
It's
vegan.
not a
I'm
diet.
like, no, but I thought he was just going to, leave it after 1 week or 2 weeks because he loves cheese and ice cream so much. I'm like, he's not
Then
going to
that's
stick
not
to it.
vegan.
let me finish my story.
Okay, yeah.
I know what vegan is, what vegetarian is. Very clearly I know it, okay? I can give you all the list of things. But he became vegan. So after 1 year, I became so frustrated because he's stuck on the path of veganism. He left milk. He doesn't eat, like, he doesn't wear leather shoes. It's a lifestyle you're talking about. He doesn't wear leather bags. He doesn't do anything that we naturally don't do none of that,
it's a
right?
vegan tour company.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
that's
So
pretty
we're
cool.
already on the path of that path. So one day I became so frustrated. I said I want to eat few things that are made with yogurt and culturally that I was grown with, like made with only milk, okay, not with eggs or anything.
You can have soy yogurt, almond yogurt. What else is there? Some other type of fucking yogurt. I think they make some yogurts out of like nuts, like. Why the fuck do you have to have dairy yogurt?
So we made a compromise.
Made with rape. Yeah.
Huh?
Deus Vault donated $3.
All right, no worries. Whatever. Ready?
And action.
Yo, what's going on? This is Brody Jenner, and you are watching.
Is karma already catching up to this kid for stealing my idea?
We already saw this video last night. This is just a weird compilation of Frank clips. There he is shitting on a toilet. Oh god. He is a very cringy person. Thanks for the donation though, Deus Vault.
The correct term would be made with rape.
Yeah.
Raping.
Okay. So yes, fine, and I agree with that. So I told him. So you know what? We made a compromise that I was not becoming vegan. So I said I'll become vegan 6 days a week, and 2 days in a week you eat some sort of product that are. So now what happened here? Is that a good thing? That I was a person who was eating 8 days of cheese and milk and all that, but because of him,
Super cringe of VegSep would make videos about you and Avi's stance, and not willing to defend his claim. He also contradicted himself when he said he wasn't really informed in this video and then told you to not speak on the topic if you're not informed on it.
Well, yeah. I said this earlier. I think he's just an anti-Semite. He doesn't like Jews, and he just has, like, again, very stupid, motivated reasoning. He just wants an excuse to badmouth Jews and Israelis, and he's not really concerned for Palestinians. But thanks for that donation, Grey Knight.
First
but
argument.
because of him, I became 6 days vegan and 2 days non-vegan.
And your question is what?
So I'm saying that
the overall number of vegan days has increased now.
The issue with your argument is
two
saying
human beings it was 7 days.
You must become
now
fully
it is
vegan, or you're doing
the
nothing
animals
at all.
need us to be completely
Understood,
like
but
never abuse them
That's
anymore.
not our position.
No, but
That's
you
not
can
our
also.
His position comes across.
That's not your
as-
position, right? Your position is that they're not doing anything at all. The position is that
unfortunately,
they're not
that's
doing
what it
enough.
comes across
Exactly. Not enough. And here's the thing. Imagine I said I'm gonna be against violating, like actually raping women 6 days a week, but only 1 day I will rape.
Like think about it in
But
that
see,
any
is
other
that
world.
enough?
Is
Is
But
that
you believe
6
there's a
days
difference between
I don't
humans
agree.
out
man.
of the
I don't
whole
think
week?
there's a
7
okay,
days, but
so-
only 1 day I will rape
No,
a
I
woman.
think there's a
Name the
difference.
trade
I
again,
think
by the
it
way.
would still be better than
bro,
6
Name the
days.
trade again. Name the
I
trade
would
again.
say yeah.
With
I
him.
would say
But
that.
use that.
Yeah.
What I just said. Use it with the.
So okay, so you claim again we're not. I'm not even saying we're the same. I'm just saying they have enough value for us for it to be an obligation not to be turned into leather or use them for milk. But you say that we're not the same. I agree, we're not the same.
You're comparing rape of humans to rape of animals.
The same act.
I don't believe it's on the same level.
No, but
Okay, so you're against raping women, right?
No,
Right,
even
I
if it
believe-
And
was.
cows.
I believe it's a
And
much
cows.
worse level to rape a human rather than rape a cow. I don't believe they're the exact same.
It's the same act.
No, but
I don't
rape of
care
the cow
that
is
it's
done
the
for a
same
completely
act.
different reason than the rape.
I believe.
What
fundamentally
is it that makes it worse in your opinion?
There seems to be a different level of sentience and intelligence, which distinguishes.
So let me
the
ask you
animal
this.
from
Let me ask you
human.
this.
So in
Let's say.
I will come
And
back to his point.
I couldn't
Yeah,
tell
but
you
no.
where that transition
No, my friend,
occurs.
No, but I want to finish off
Just
his.
I reduct you to your view. The logical consequences are horrific. I'm gonna tell you what are they. Let's say we find a human, low amount of sentience, low amount of intelligence, intellectually disabled human. Will you be in favor of raping him?
No, because how are you quantifying that? I don't know how I quantify.
Oh, let's say hypothetically.
I don't know why he's asking how you'd quantify. Like, it's just assumed in the hypothetical that this human has roughly the same intellect as a cow.
No, but you're using the word rape.
No.
Rape has a very particular context in the law and in human beings, right? Rape is done because of power, relations, and dynamics. When you're raping, as you say, a cow, it's being done. They're not doing it for sexual gratification or for power. They're doing it because they just want to use the cow.
Okay, let's just
like,
stick.
It's not a,
Like, I don't know how that is meaningfully different. Okay, so it would be okay to rape a human being if you're just trying to use that human being to some ends, like to create milk? Like, what?
Let's just stick with artificial insemination for the dairy industry. Let's say we were to take a group of, let's say hypothetically we found out they have.
Aaron from England donated $3. Let me see. LSD testing.
The drug was administered in a drink of water given at the start of each day's exercise. 25 minutes later, the first effects of the drug became apparent. The men...
Oh boy, I would not want to give LSD to people with machine guns.
began to relax and to giggle. But this man was more seriously affected and had to be removed from the exercise. After 35 minutes, one of the radio operators had become incapable of using his set, and the efficiency of the rocket launcher team was also very impaired.
Why would they give LSD to people with fucking machine guns and rocket launchers? Oh my god.
10 minutes later, the attacking section had lost all sense of urgency. Notice the bunching and indecision as they enter a wood occupied by the
Dude, this is crazy.
enemy. Almost immediately, the section commander tried to use a map to find the location of troop headquarters, and a prisoner's escort had to have the way pointed out to him, although it was in plain sight, 700 yards away over open country. 50 minutes after taking the drug, radio communication had become difficult, if not impossible, but the men are still capable of sustained physical effort. However, constructive action was still attempted by those retaining a sense of responsibility in spite of physical symptoms. But 1 hour and 10 minutes after taking the drug, with one man climbing a tree to feed the birds, the troop commander gave up, admitting that he could no longer control himself or his men. He himself then relapsed into laughter.
That's pretty funny.